Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are here live in Rockaway, New Jersey. Garden State HSWrestling.com presenting this Northwest Jersey Athletic Conference clash between the 8-8 Morris Knolls Golden Eagles and the 12-10 host Morris Hills Scarlet Knights. I am Donald J. Brower. With me is James Clark. James, welcome to the broadcast. Talk a little bit about this matchup. Two rivalries. We talked about rivalry week. These two squads ready to go at it.
Oh, definitely. I mean, when you're Morris Hills and you beat two really good teams like Kittatinny and you beat Pope John, those are teams you're a pretty darn good team if you can beat both Kittatinny and Pope John in the same year as far as like a perennial powerhouses and stuff like that. So it's awesome. Morris Knolls also coming off in a nice season so far. I think they match up really well with this team, so we're going to see how it really goes down tonight. I think it's going to be a dead even match, and that's going to come down to the coin flip.
Yeah, this is one of those teams, matchups that these two teams know each other. The youth program, we were just here with the youth and everything going on. They had a very quality, matchup here. So these guys grow up with each other. This is a fun match. We talk about these two teams, as I said, with the records. Morris Knolls 8-8. Head coach Andy Vasily in his second year. Started out 15-6. Season didn't go how he wanted to. That was due to some big injuries early on, but they've turned it on late, going 7-3 in their last 10, finishing 5th at the MCT last weekend with 2 finalists, but not to be outdone. Morris Hills 12-10. They struggled lately, going 5-5 in their last 10. They finished 7th in the MCT with 3 finalists. Neither team had champions, but for head coach Brian Billette in his 8th year, came into the season 80-65. 2 of the biggest wins of his career and back-to-back earlier in this season. January 4th, they beat Kittatinny on criteria 37-36. Big win for them because I know, him being a guy from up that area. Anytime you could beat a coach team by John Gill, that's a big win in anybody's book. Then they come back the next night and beat a tough Pope John team 34-32. So when you talk about, coin flips and everything going that way, 100% that it's going to come down because they were starting at 165, and when you look at these teams, they have solid wrestlers, so that coin flip's going to decide who goes where and who bumps where.
Definitely, and just to talk a little bit about the finalists, I know for Morris Knolls, they have a couple good finalists from this year. I know Dominic Della Monache, if I pronounce that correctly.
No, you're not, but it's close.
Well, you know me, I'm not good with last names, but he looked pretty impressive in his 4-2 loss against Massimo Mancini from Hanover Park, I thought. So could be potentially, we'll see how he does. He might match up with Chris Piazza tonight, or, that could be a good matchup for him if things work out in their favor.
The other thing I kind of am excited to see is when, you talk about some of these guys and kind of what they're doing. I want to see how Charles Young, builds off the momentum. Talking about, a double-digit seed, making the final. He lost in the finals, but a lot of those guys, especially in heavyweight, you get a little bit of momentum, you get some success. I want to see how he carries it off in this rivalry match and going forward for this squad.
And I think he has a pretty even match here with Shane Davison for tonight for Morris Hills, who's had some nice wins this season too. So that will be a nice one to see tonight as well.
And the other thing you're going to see here is a lot about this. You're going to get a ton of stuff about, with this team, criteria, because they're coming up on districts. And these two teams are in the same district. So you're going to get a lot of guys who are looking for that criteria so they can finish better and improve on their postseason. I mean, when you look at both these teams, they're loaded with talent, and that's one of these things. It's been a couple of years where both squads have had quality kids at different weights. They usually one team would be down. Usually Knolls was up. They had a good run with, obviously the twins, with the Drugag twins, and then you had other ones who came through, and they're kind of building back up now. Hills was kind of coming back up with some of their solid wrestlers, and they kind of came on last year, the last few years. So it's been a very good time if you're in this Morris Hills, Morris Knolls sending district, and this gym is packed. We were talking about it outside. I think they might have had turned people away. I mean, there were people still lined up right as we started. So it's a full gym, and this gym is going to be loud. Very loud. We talked about last week, Wednesday when we were at Mendham, how it seemed a little lightly attended. Exact opposite here.
Definitely, and they know that both of these teams are pretty solid for the most part, so they want to see some good wrestling going on here tonight, and I think they're going to get their money's worth.
Well, speaking of getting their money's worth, let's get some money's worth with those sponsors. Our main sponsors for tonight, Dan Warnikoff, Champion Athletes. Dan does a great job. You've heard me talk about him. He's the main sponsor on my podcast. Amazing, amazing, help he is for us. Your body is your car. You're not going to go down and put cheap crap in if you want to be a top-notch athlete. Dan helps you with the plan. Go to Dan. He'll help you with the meal plans. He'll help everything set up. The Harrington companies, the construction, recycling, Hoffman Landscaping. The Harrington companies are a big proponent of what we do. They're the reason we have the Harrington Companies press room that you're going to be seeing us in later on when we do it in the postseason and also the post-match, which is what I meant. Nice recovery there by myself. Brick 46 Pizza, Route 46 in Rockaway. Sponsor of both teams locally. Great pizza. Lou Paradiso has been involved in wrestling for a while. His son just graduated from Hanover Park. Big proponent in the area. Always loves being a part of everything they do. So, Brick 46 Pizza. And Bell Tower Estate, our newest sponsor tonight, one of our big ones. Host your next event at the Bell Tower Estate right here in Denville, New Jersey. Bell Tower Estate is located at Lake Opencroft in the Union Hill section. This historic estate is brimming with rustic elegance. This estate features full kitchen, 3 options for bridal suites, as well as 3 large fireplaces. The estate sits on 23 acres of picturesque grounds. Outdoor stone bar plus beautiful views make Bell Tower Estate the destination for micro weddings, baby and bridal showers, family reunions, photo shoots, or any intimate event. For more information, follow Bell Tower Estate on Instagram. They are also the newest sponsor on the team page for Morris Knolls, so they will be with us next year as well. Thank you, Bell Tower Estates. And then locally, for Morris Hills, Freeway Tire and Auto in Dover, Harmony Heating and Cooling, Hibernia Diner, Green Pond Road in Rockaway. And for Morris Knolls, Missy's Main Street Cafe, downtown Denville, and Riviera Maya Mexican Restaurant 46. I'll just say, Missy's, I eat there pretty much almost every other week. My wife loves it. It's a beautiful, nice little place right on Main Street, amazing food. And I go to River Mary all the time because I'm fat and I like to eat. But as we see what Morris Hills coming out in front of their fans, we're getting ready to warm up. They were making Knowles wait a little bit there as they played the song, but while you wait here and we get them warmed up, why don't you take a little ride to social media? Follow us on GardenStateHSWrestling.com, on Twitter at GardenStateHSW, on Instagram at GardenStateHSWrestling. And if you look, click down on the bottom, like and subscribe. It's our YouTube channel. What do you get when you're there? You're going to be able to know when we have these matches. You'll be notified of every event. You'll notified when the podcasts go up. You'll get notified when we have our special little stuff we did, like with the Morris County tournament. Thank you for the great response. I've been hearing how amazing everybody loved our coverage. So thank you, everybody, for all the great feedback from this weekend at the Morris County tournament. And you'll also be able to know when we have some stuff coming up as far as what we're doing for future coverage. Right now, it looks like we're going to have a sectional final Wednesday we're going to be covering. Possibly a state group semi. We might even be doing a couple districts, more than one, and regions. So we'll have some more stuff coming up for you guys. This is not the end of our content. We keep it going. Remember, what started out as a hobby is now a career. I'm no used car salesman. I love wrestling. Why would you go to a chiropractor to get your car fixed? I'm the guy that does it all for wrestling. GardenStateHSWrestling.com. And in that vein, if you want to book us for next year because we're wrapping up for the season, click on the admin or send us on one of our socials. We'll bring the crew out. We'll go. We'll come out with the cameras. We'll come out with everybody. We'll film. We'll have it all set up. We'll make it the way it needs to go. And trust me, we are not expensive. We're very competitive with our rates. It's a lot cheaper than you think, and especially when you're getting conned into doing something with 4 screens with a bunch of logos. That's not what we're doing. We do the best for the best and at the lowest cost. So, GardenStateHSWrestling.com. Give us a chance. You won't be disappointed. We're going to do the Lehighs here. Amazing commentary there, James. Nothing we love more than dead air.
Oh, definitely. Well, the guy is talking, so I'm trying to give him the respect as possible, so that helps. But I do enjoy I don't know, would you like me to mention the kind of snack that you're eating right now in case your wife is listening tonight?
She doesn't care.
Okay. He's, in case you guys don't eat, no, because we're behind the camera right now. He's eating a nice Snickers bar tonight, and I'm not a big Snickers guy, but obviously he likes it, so he's enjoyed it thoroughly.
Breaking news update there by James Clark. A fat guy likes candy.
There you go.
What's next? Water's wet and the sky's blue?
Well, the sky is blue already, so people already know that one. As we see the Lehighs getting started here.
We are starting at 165 this evening.
And I think that's a good place for Morris Hills and the Morris Knolls to start at 165.
That means we're going to get to see Matt Leslie, who I just found out accepted his appointment to West Point, so he will be going to West Point next year.
There you go. That's a very prestigious school to go to.
And I know that's something he's been working towards, so
congratulations, Matt Leslie. That's a very tall wrestler there for Morris Knolls.
I'm 99% sure. I think he used to be a basketball player. I remember talking to some of the coaches about that.
Yeah, he's very tall and built lanky for his size. So I'm sure he definitely will help out his Morris Knolls team in trying to get a victory here tonight over their crosstown rivals.
Great job there with the national anthem. Gonna head out here for the flip.
Also, just a nice little shout out for Don for getting us the a table that is set up to the head table here tonight.
I got pull.
Yeah. Worked
Don't
out.
be jealous, sir.
I'm not. I'm giving you a nice shout out.
People understand. This is the perks of having really good coverage of the Morris County tournament.
Yeah, definitely.
I wish everybody could say that.
Can't go wrong there. And as all of the officials for tonight are the officials of Barry Jackson and Chris Rebels for tonight. Here it comes, the moment of truth, the coin flip.
Boy, making something over dramatic, sir.
I think it's going to come down to the coin flip. I'm going to call it right now. It's going to be a gutsy call, but I think it's going to be, it's all going to determine on the coin flip. And I think it did flip red, so I think Morris Hills is going to defer.
Oh, we know who this is.
Okay.
That's Matt Leslie. I can tell you that coming out. Getting him right out of the way. And let me tell you something. I'm very impressed with the Matt Leslie. Matt Leslie, we talked about getting his commission and doing that. I'm a former military man myself, served in the Navy 4 years. Takes a lot for a kid, especially that young, to go for the service. So it just shows me the type of character I know he has.
And yeah, definitely. That's a tough school to really get into, West Point. I know some kids that get into it, but there are also some kids that don't get in. So that just goes to show you that's like a very prestigious school to get into. So congratulations.
And you know his commitment to everything. There's no getting away on that. You're going to be in there doing what you need to do.
Oh yeah, they do not fool around there whatsoever. And for Matt Leslie and just the emotion and the adrenaline that he's been showing in the sport of wrestling this year, that's going to pay dividends once he gets into West Point.
And when you think of the emotion, just think of this matchup. You're wrestling in front of people you've seen your whole lives and everything like that. I'm sure the nerves are a little bit in there for Matt and Gavin. They want to make an exclamation point. As you see, even a simple takedown is getting these fans fired up.
Yeah, it looked like he almost had a chance to finish it, but looks like we're going to go out of bounds here, and it was nicely defended by Gomez. Got a minute to go left here in the first period.
Now, we've talked about this on previously, broadcasts. When you look at, these types of matchups, you would favor Leslie in here, not only for what he did, but, being one of those finalists to the MCT and stuff like that. You would favor him.
Oh, yeah.
But your point being is, when you do it, you're favoring him. If you're Knolls, you're just trying to limit that so you're not giving up a 6. So it's a win here if you give up anything less than a 6 in my eyes.
100%. Absolutely. Anytime you're wrestling a rival kid, you know each other's styles. You know how – because right now we're probably going to go in. We got 30 seconds left, and there's still no score. We had a couple shot attempts here a little bit, so these guys really know each other very well. And Leslie, I think he's going to give him the takedown, and he's going to get it. We've got 21 seconds left here in the first period. Matt Leslie gets that first takedown of the match. And just the way that Matt Leslie, we've seen him wrestle a couple of times already this year when he's wrestled against Demendum and over at the MCTs last Saturday. This is a tough opponent here, one of the best for this Morris Hills team.
And you know what it is with him too? When you talk about a Matt Leslie, they're going to hit Matt with a stall in here. Warning, excuse me. So both men have one. The one thing about Matt is, usually when you get those kids who are very talented, which we understand Matt is, he's not a trash talker, braggadocious type wrestler. Because there's always the different types. There's the ones who are very loud and understand what they do, and they say if you could talk to smack and back it up type wrestlers. He's not that type. He's very much an on the mat type of guy who will showcase what you need to do.
And that's the best kind of wrestler that you can ask for.
Those room leaders, those guys who, you know, in the room, and you know, I've dealt with this when I was wrestling, because even though when I was at Warren Hills my senior year, you had Justin Collouse, who was a freshman, but you had Brian Olms, Nick DiBenedetto, you know, the Reinhardts in that room. You knew you couldn't mess up because some would call you on it intentionally, and then the other ones you just knew, listen, they're not liking it. You got to straighten up.
And that's the best kind of wrestlers and the coaches that you can ask for. If you have all those coaches and the wrestlers that can really help you self-discipline yourself, you're going to be set for success. As they once say, once you've wrestled, everything else in life is easy, as once quoted by Dan Gable.
Well, apparently everybody thinks streaming's easy, but they can't do it like I do. But I digress. As we see Leslie up here, 3-0.
And he's kind of like in a throw position, but he doesn't really have Gomez's momentum of trying to throw or anything yet.
Good job backing off here, kind of bringing it back in, seeing if he can get something set up here.
We'll see. And Matt Leslie going in on a shot. He got a single leg there. Nice job. We'll see if he can finish it. I think he's got it. And
great job with the trip there. I mean, that was textbook.
100%.
It almost looked like if he was a little closer or more inside, he would have tried to work up a little more, but he kind of realized where he was at and didn't do it. Thought they might have had a reversal there, but they're going to say it's going to be a restart here with Leslie in charge.
I think they wanted either reversal or an escape point for that. And I think we're going to get some blood time here.
I think he might be bleeding a little bit out of his nose. Yeah, I think he's got a little blood. They're going to give him an escape, it looks like. So it'll be 5-1. If you're looking for a little escape, follow us on social media. On Facebook, GardenStateHSWrestling.com. On Twitter at GardenStateHSW. On Instagram at GardenStateHSWrestling. And right there, you look on the bottom of your screen. You see where it says like and subscribe? You see where it says you can actually follow us? Do that. Because you know what happens? When we have these matches, you get notified. When we put up a weekly podcast, you get notified. When we have our little extra special stuff, like we're going to be doing some wrap-ups and different matches, and especially down in the States, we're going to be doing a daily wrap-up, you'll get notified. Be notified about everything going on with wrestling in the northern part of New Jersey with GardenStateHSWrestling.com.
Back on their feet there goes. We have 30 seconds left in the second period. And Gomez getting in there aggressively. A shot attempt by Leslie. Nicely defended by Gomez. They're going to go out of bounds. 20 seconds left. Both of these wrestlers are ready to go. They went right back to the line. They want to get this action going.
You almost wonder at this point if you're...
And it looks like he's going to get a point here.
They're going to get a stalling from Matt Leslie.
Yeah.
So you almost wonder here, Matt Leslie's leading by 5 points. You obviously think he wants to start off with a pin. But you also got to look at the bonus point situation. You want to come out here with at least something. So you're up by 5. You almost kind of want to, I don't know if you're Leslie, you want to push the issue, see if you can get a tilt. I don't know if you let him up and try to take him down that way.
He's going to choose optional start, I think. And yes, because he's indicating that to Barry Jackson, so he's just going to cut him. And I think that's a smart move, especially in this kind of case, because you don't really want to get any too sloppy on top here. He wants to get back, and he's been dominant from the neutral position. So I think that was a good, smart move there by Leslie. So we'll see if that pays off for him.
Yeah, hopefully it will, but we'll see, as it's getting close here. It's this might be a great maneuver here. I'm actually wondering if the coin flip was a little different if they would have sent Leslie out first and maybe bumped him up a little bit. But we'll never know.
Yeah, no, anything could have happened as Leslie's going in on a shot.
Deep on that single, trying to post, get up, and work his way up.
Yep, he's going to do that. And Gomez tried to flip his way through that one. And Gomez, he's going to come out near a takedown here, but not. The officials say no just yet. as Leslie's holding on for dear life on that leg.
Leslie hoping for a restart here.
And we'll see if he can finish it there, but
Leslie's getting rebounding here. I actually thought that was a 2.
He was very close to a takedown. Gomez gonna get the takedown here. He cuts the lead, 6-4. And Gomez, right away, he's decided he's gonna cut him. He's gonna make it 7-4. And Leslie, the official is giving him a takedown at the edge of the mat, but the Knolls coaches are saying no. As Chris Rebels is talking it over with Barry Jackson, so they might wave this off.
They wave it off. Wow.
A 7-4 lead here for Matt Leslie. We're approaching 30 seconds left in the bout. And Gomez has to go here. If he wants to get this win, he's got to go here. He's got to go for a desperation move.
I know he wants to go for something to possibly get it, but he doesn't want to get in a bad predicament either, because this is kind of a win for him.
And it's going to be a point there for Gomez.
They're going to give one more stalling point, but he's going to take the lead and win it.
He realizes the position that he was in. He was able to afford to stall, so he wins this one narrowly with a 7-6 decision.
Matt Leslie with the 7-6 decision gets it up 3-0, has his crowd fired up.
Thank you. And a takedown there for Forte. He leads it 2-0.
Now this would have been an interesting matchup to see if they had held it and tried to bump him up. I don't like seeing Leslie against Forte, but still, the way we just saw last time was a great job.
Yeah, that was you got to be impressed there for Gomez there, for only losing by a point there, but based off of stalling points. So.
And now you look here at Forte. This is where they're going to want to try to take their lead here against Aiden Gomez. It might be a takedown clinic here.
Definitely, just by the dominance of the way it's going. Anthony Forte gets a takedown. He's just going to cut him. As both wrestlers initiating action. And a little penetration steps there, and Forte, nice job there. He gets another takedown. He leads this one 6-2. We'll see if he can try to work for something here. A pin or something, so that way he can get his team going. And wants to try to lock up a cradle, but not successful there. We'll see if he can he'll either take this back on his feet or try to turn him and get a pin.
I think he's just going to keep trying to take him down. See if he gets something here, just lets him up. And tries to turn him real quick. We'll see.
And working to the side there is Anthony Forte. He's trying to put the head to the side as he's trying to break down the base of Gomez.
He's got a leg in there, so I mean he's obviously trying to control his lower body, get a turn here if he can. Looking for maybe a power half if he can get it in here.
Yeah, I mean he does have that leg thrown in, so he should try that. Or in this case, I think he wants a cradle because he's tried to get that before, but now he's probably going to get a Turk. As he's in that kind of position to get a Turk here.
See if they get a restart here. They might hit. They are either going to get a restart or Gomez might get hit with stalling just at this juncture from the two options I see. And we might get both. Oh, it's the end of the period. That could be it too.
So, saved by the bell.
Which one's Screech?
Which one do you think is Screech out there?
Yeah, you tell me. You tell me which one. I think it's both AC and Zach Morris. But you go with Screech. I tell you, Screech is next to me.
Oh
what am I
yeah,
talking about?
Screech. Rest in peace, Screech.
Dustin Diamond. Get his right name.
See, we have a good sense of humor. We have similar interests for the most part.
That's the most insulting thing you could have ever said to me.
As Forte gets that takedown there, he leads this one 8-2. He's going to cut Gomez yet again. He'll make it 8-3.
One of these things, too, about these type of matches brings out plenty of alumni and people you see. I mean, we talked about it. You see the Drugak twins. You see Jack Wemlinger, his family, who, mainstays. And you see others from, the history, just guys you haven't seen in a while. And that's why I love doing these type of matches. You get all the wrestlers that, I covered when I first started, when I thought I was young, and now I'm old. And they're getting old, too, so it's fun. They get to see what I had to deal with.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely feel that, too, when you go to all these matches. And, as a wrestler and the kids I wrestled with, they knew a lot of these kids growing up around here. So it's nice to see some familiar faces that you haven't seen in a while. As Forte going in on a single leg there. He finishes it, and he's going to get the takedown. He leads this one 12-4.
He's going to try to work up here. Maybe he just might – he was looking for a quick – looked like he was trying to go for a cradle there and was letting him up, trying to fool him in. Now he's going to let him up and go for the points here.
Yeah, he's been trying to go for that far side.
He fights it back into the middle. Did you see that?
Yeah.
He got up and he said, come on, let's go back to the middle. Why restart?
He does not want to – he wants to wrestle on every piece of the mat that he possibly can. He does not want to take this match out of bounds. He gets the takedown. Now we're in major decision territory with a 14-5 lead.
He's going to stay on top here for, they're going to hold him down until going into the third.
And that's it. We got one more period to go, 2 more minutes. Forte's choice, I think. Oh, no, this is Gomez. He's going to choose bottom. We'll see if Forte cuts him again.
I don't know.
I think he's been wanting to work from the top position, but he knows that the momentum is not there, and he's not been able to really come close to any kind of back points. And Gomez is going to get warned with stalling.
Which I kind of thought possibly maybe in the second he would have got hit with. But now he gets hit in the third here.
We thought he was going to get called that at the end of the first period there, but
he cuts him.
Makes it 14-6.
And just like we said before, with a Leslie only winning by 1 and getting 3, if this stays the way it is, and you only get a major decision, you're still in that kind of area. That's a win. Major decision's fine for this bout. If you're Morris Hills.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Again, under a minute left here in the third period with Anthony Forte holding a 16-7 lead. And it's just been a takedown clinic here.
I almost wonder if we're going to look back on this when you look at everything as he gets a stall point there. They're not going to give him the takedown. But I almost wonder if you look at it there, if him holding him down those 2 times he did will hurt him if he doesn't get a technical fall hit. Because that was valuable time. He could have been just taking him down.
You never know. I mean, that's why you got to be aware of the clock, the mat awareness. That all is going to come down to the end of the bout. The last match here tonight is going to be 157, so it's going to come down to that. And this could be the difference maker here with this only a 4-point win.
I mean, Gomez is keeping it up. He's putting a fight up there as we're hitting. I don't think we're going to get a tech fall here. We're in a major decision situation. Unless he can get a pin, I don't think you're really seeing anything here.
No, I think this is just going to end. There's not enough time for a tech fall. So this looks like this is going to be a 19-7 major decision win for Anthony Forte of Morris Knolls.
He's going to go optional here. I think he's going to try to do something, see if he can catch him on the way through. He's going to get the escape, and he's going to keep this as a major decision. That's a win for Morris Hills. When you think you're going to get more from Leslie, you only give up 4 to Forte, which is one of their top wrestlers. That's a big win, and that's what we talk about with the coin flip.
Well, you mean I talked about that.
No. I gave you the notes. I didn't want you to sit there and drool. Your mom tells me you just sound like you don't know what you're talking about, so I give you pointers. Don't take me for advantage. Going to head to 190 here. This looks like it's going to be a fast-paced match.
Here we go. As both wrestlers leaning on the head. This could be a nice evenly match bout here, I think.
This is, the intensity, I think, is picked up a little bit here, too, because, these are some of the guys. You talk about a Leslie, you talk about a Forte. They're used to wrestling in these type of matches, the big matches. For Bezaretta and Forgione, to be in front of your school, this is, they're Super Bowl in a sense, if you want to use that coming up. I don't want to get sued by the NFL. So the big game, sorry, I don't want to say the wrong words. The big game for them. But this is one of those, you're in front of your friends and family. You go out there and you be the deciding points here that might propel your team to a victory. That's a lot, a lot of bragging rights.
Most definitely. As both wrestlers are holding on to the head.
Almost in there on a takedown, but getting back out.
And Roger really, neither wrestler really really taking the shot yet, but Roger is trying to make some stutter steps to try to have Nicholas Forgione try to make some mistakes.
He sort of has Nicholas on his heels a little bit. Like Roger seems to be more of the aggressor in this first period.
Yeah, even without really any real shot attempts.
But he's looked like he's been trying to set something up. Both have, but when you look at it, it looks like Roger's more the aggressor in this situation.
He definitely wants to get he definitely does want to try to make him make a mistake. So that way he can get in there in the quick takedown. Or even a throw for that matter.
Roger's going to take defense. He's going to escape very quickly. I couldn't even spell his name in as quick as he just escaped from that.
So that's going to be 1-0. And I don't remember what match it was that we covered this year, but I think it was the one from last week, West Morris Mount Olive, where the one wrestler was able to just get out.
I don't even think they blew the whistle. I think the whistle had blown, and he was still he was already out.
It was the fastest escape I've ever seen in my entire life.
I literally think the little ball in the whistle hadn't stopped moving around yet, and he was already on his feet.
And it was just incredible to see that happen so fast.
Forgione with the leg got the high single, trying to pull him in, trying to be able to get that trip, and he drops him right there for a nice 2.
A beautiful takedown, just beautiful.
Now that'll be interesting to see because that's going to affect realistically how the third period's approach. Because even if Roger gets out of this, you figure Nicholas is going to take defense to start.
Oh, I'm sure he will. Because then that will force Roger to either cut him or try to ride something from the top position. And then he'll try to get a takedown and take it in overtime. And if there's enough time, cut him, try to get a takedown and get the win. As both wrestlers do go out of bounds. As both wrestlers are going to get set. And a nice mat return there for Fojion.
It was so quick I couldn't even get the camera rolling in a person on time. Took a second.
And we're going to close here for the second period, and we got Fojion leading this one 2-1.
Morris Knolls coaches were calling for back points there. I think it was a little premature.
And Fojion is going to take defense to start. And it looks like Roger's going to try to ride him out a little bit, see what he can get. If he can't get anything, he might cut him and then get a takedown in.
You almost wonder if it would just be better for Roger right now just to let him up. Why? Unless you got to hold him down or you think you can turn him, I think you got to let him up here in the next few seconds.
I think you just might as well cut him and get something going, the takedown, because you have to be the aggressor to try to win this one.
Yeah, why would you? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're going to waste some time down here, so now you're taking down to a minute and a half left, and you're down by 1, so eventually you're going to have to do something.
You do. And he has to be the aggressor. Now he's trying to get a cross-face cradle in there because he has the cross-face thrown in.
You wonder if they're going to bang Fojion. That's what they do right there.
Yep, that's the stall warning there, so we'll see what occurs. And I think if I was Roger, I'd cut him, as both wrestlers are going to go out of bounds. With 56 seconds left here. I wonder if the coaches are going to cut him. I think Coach Billette, no, he's still going to try to ride from top. I thought he was going to indicate to try to get out. And
we give up the 2. I mean, that was tough. You almost wish you gave up the 1 and then just went for the takedown to tie it up.
I was just thinking from that perspective, they probably thought he could have done something from top to get back points, but let's see if it was going to work their way, but it didn't really work out. So now we got a 4-1 lead here for Fojion. As we got 30 seconds left. And they're going to give Roger the escape, I think. Or,
no,
or
that was a second stalling. Second stalling on him, so that's why they have it.
And even the scores table even said, too, that it was the second one.
Yeah, that's what they were saying. They said it's the second point, so, or second warning, excuse me. So they're saying, hey, you don't just if you get a reversal here, you're tying it up. We're bringing it to overtime.
Let's see. He's going to cut him here, 4-3. Fojion leads this one, 15 seconds left in the bout.
Roger's got to be aggressive here.
He's got to go
do
for
something.
He's got to go, but Fojion in on there. He took a shot.
If he can spin around here.
Hey, he's got to do it, and he's got to do it quick.
He's got to go after him. He's got to push him because right now there's a stall warning in here.
And that's the end of that one.
I'll tell you what. I almost wonder when you talk about this, we talk about key moments in matches. I think he held on to him too long. I think if he had let him out about a minute 30, I think that would have been a better strategy, in my opinion.
It probably would have. Now, you know, nothing you can do about it now. It's Morris Knolls leads this one 7-3. Quick out of bounds there.
Going to have Brady Gabe and Cole Newton. I actually got the pronunciation right. I thought I was going to get yelled at.
Good job, Mr. Brower. Awesome job.
I thought that was one of those ones I was going to say.
Yeah, no, and then credit to the stack girl over here who has been nothing but nice help for me
What's
tonight.
her name? What's her name?
Oh, I don't know the name, but I'm sure I'll find out after the match tonight.
That sounds creepy, dude. Step back off of that.
No.
Ask her name. We'll shout her out on air.
There you go. Cole Newton's going to take that one 2-0. Tell you a quick story. When my when my girlfriend came over. Oh, and we got some back points.
How about we take a quick pin here? It looks like
we might get some back points.
Cole's got him. He's got to settle back.
He could get it, but he needs to get some pressure on there. Maybe put the pressure on the chin a little bit, but maybe he could just try to throw in a reverse half. He's near it. But Gabe just a nice job with that the arm that he's putting on the mat so he doesn't get pinned, but I don't know, he might be finished here. And he calls it. Cole Newton from Knolls with a big pin.
And helping up Brady. I mean, this is what we're talking about. These guys know each other. They're friends. They're not trying to embarrass anybody. That's a great show of sportsmanship there. Now, I think I'm going to call who this is going to be.
I think
it's
so
going to be
too.
Charles Young
and Shane Davison.
This is a matchup we wanted, the big boys.
Well, you won it especially.
Oh, this is like we're WCW, where the big boys play.
So there we go. We both got this one correctly. Here we go. This could be the one that you never know. This one could go down to the ultimate ride out.
They're very evenly matched wrestlers.
They are. They really are.
And you know what? Some people always, you get people who are like, "Oh, it's boring." No, why is that boring? Like, I enjoy these, long matches. I mean, you want evenly matched matches. Who wants to come out and see a 62-3 match?
Nobody.
Like in wrestling, that's what kills a sport with a kid. Especially these young kids. You see all these young wrestlers from Knolls and Hills here. They want to see a competitive match and say, you know what? I want to be a part of that in the future. We can't talk about, obviously Hills and the program they have without talking about a man who was very important to Hills and still remembered it, to this day as his son sits over there. Wayne Shealy, who was a huge, huge member of the community here, passed away last year. I know he's missed by his family, his wife, and their kids together, and he's always the guy who, when I would come in on my Morris Hills day to film, would kind of give me the heads up. Psst, psst, keep an eye on that one. Keep an eye on that one. So he was always my inside scoop when it came to it. So we miss Mr. Shealy, Wayne, and we still send our best to his family.
Yeah, and Joey, his son, was one of the best wrestlers to come out of this school.
He's sitting over there coaching now, so he's passed it along to his dad, from his dad to him. So he's on the bench right now. He was actually going to be your replacement today. I was going to give you a pink slip, but I decided not to.
Oh, there you go. Well, I'm glad you're helping me keep a job for another day. So we're getting to the end of the first period, as we're going to have a 0-0 tie.
Now I'll ask you this question because I have my thoughts already. Is this a overtime ultimate tiebreaker situation?
I said it as soon as the match started.
Is this going to be one of those you think it's going all the way? Or you think it'll be one of those where one just kind of gets something at the end?
I think it's going to go to the ultimate ride-out. In my honest opinion, or at least the ride-outs at least. Can't say the ultimate ride-out because anything can really happen, but it's going to at least go into like triple to quadruple overtime.
Now, I'm a former heavyweight, and my idea, and I've said this before, we're big guys. So a lot of the moves you see at 106, 113 down, we're not practicing. So we don't know a lot of that stuff. We get tired easily. You're not a big guy, pushing 275 for the most part unless you're, not doing too much cardio. I know. I'm speaking from experience. Eating contest. After the first period, you flip a coin, win eating contest, 5 whatever. Like hard rolls and P-Berg, this and that. It would just be a great fun time. Yes. I jest, of course.
Yeah. So, I was more in the middle weights in that area, so I always had to kind of watch what I was eating a little bit at times. So that way, I didn't have to go over it. They had to use me to get pinned out there somewhere. Then
I had the easiest time when I went. When I was a freshman up till a junior, they had 189 and above, and there was no cap. So I was 195 my freshman year, jumped up to 240 over my sophomore year. and was there. And then when they put the cap at 285 in, I was still 240. Couldn't go down, couldn't go up. Didn't bother me. So I'd be sitting there my senior year when we had the cap. No, I couldn't lose. No, I couldn't go up. Watching everybody back in the day with their trash bags on, running around, spitting, trying to lose weight. I'm there slamming pizzas and subs, getting ready to wrestle. It was amazing.
Yeah, I've known a lot of wrestlers over the years that have cut a lot of weight just to get to a certain weight class that was going to best fit them. So now with all these nutrition plans like Dan Warnikoff and all of them, you know, now they come up with good programs for these kids so that way they can
we just used to have guys just run around for 2 hours with trash bags on sweating to cut 15 pounds. Now with the weight restrictions and certification and Dan Warnikoff, it's so much different.
It is, and it makes everything more safer for the sport too.
Exactly.
So we have a 1-0 lead here for Shane Davison. And I'm sure we can guarantee where Chaz Young is going to go. He's going to definitely choose bottom, I think.
Yeah, Charles Young will take bottom. I know with the little action they both have on their feet, that's what I'm thinking.
I think so. And there we go.
Charles gets right out, runs it out, breaks the grip. I'll tell you a funny story, too, about when I was heavyweight. I remember I had the great coach Jim Reynolds at Warren Hills, and he kind of came to me and goes, Brower, I need 6 good minutes out of you. I looked at him. I said, Coach, you're going to get about 2.5. I says, I'm not a runner. I said, so you get the big guys. It's almost like sumo wrestling. The other guy was just as tired. But you're not trying to do anything that gets you, you don't want to put your team in a bad position here. And that's why I think Davison wants to be aggressive, obviously, to keep the action going. But he doesn't want to be that swing where you're making this now almost on the verge of a blowout, a 20-3 match, a few bouts in,
Yeah, no, he wants to play it smart, and he knows he can take it into the rideouts if he needs to. He can take it into overtime. So take as much time as he needs in order for the other person to make that mistake. So wrestle smart.
And he scored first, so.
So if it goes down to the ultimate rideout, Davison will get that choice in that last rideout period.
And the way they've been getting out, I mean, it wasn't long for him, to get out. It's almost. This is going to sound weird. It's almost an advantage to me, I think, for Young if it goes to rideout. The reason being is Davidson's not going to take top because he barely held Young down. And Young held Davidson down for at least 30 seconds before he got out in his round. So we'll see. I'm just throwing it out there. I don't know if that's whose advantage that would work out. That's kind of something I saw with how quick Young got out compared. And like I said, here we go. Unless something crazy happens in these next 15 seconds.
Yeah, I think both these wrestlers, they're content to take it into overtime. I don't think they love it, but they're content with it.
It's almost like can we just go to the 30 seconds? Because nobody's going to shoot. We understand that. I'm a heavyweight. I'm talking. I know what's going through their minds right now. I'm tired.
And who could blame them? It's hard to go out there and wrestle 6 minutes.
Now let's see if they make complete fools out of us and somebody goes for something big here and hits it. That would be funny.
And with heavyweight wrestling, it's all full of surprises. We get a little bit of some leaning on the head from Davison Moore. A little bit of a shot attempt, but didn't quite really finish it because I think
that was more of he was seeing if Charles would react.
He wanted to see a reaction.
Like if Charles would sprawl or something like that, maybe he could kind of bum rush him.
As we're approaching 10 seconds left here in this overtime period. First takedown wins, and we'll go out to the rideouts.
Overtime is looking a lot like the second and third periods. Not a lot of shots.
Going to be Davison's choice. He's going to go bottom right away.
Coaches are saying that right there too. Morris Knolls. I picked it up when that whistle hit. He's got choice at the ultimate tiebreaker. So they said, Charles, you can't let him up now.
No, because they realize what's at stake here.
And he's going to get out.
He's going to get out. He leads it 2-1.
Count was a little off, but okay.
Yeah.
It wasn't us, just so you know.
No.
Proper camera was up there. Now, obviously, Charles is going to take down.
There we go. Now, Davidson's going to try and break down if he can. Try to lift up. He'll try to do what he can. He's going to try. Nope. And he's going to let him go. We're all tied up at 2.
Now, this is on Young. He's got to be aggressive here. You almost don't want to let it go into the ultimate tiebreaker. Like, you got to be aggressive. Give your best shot. Lay it out here because it's good. If it goes to the UTB, Davidson has the choice, and we've already seen he can get out.
And he got out in a pretty reasonable amount of time, too, in that period. There we go. Just like what I predicted, that it was going to go to this last ride-out period.
We knew we had to have one. We haven't had one yet this year, and we knew it was going to be the heavyweights. As evenly matched as these two guys are.
All right,
Davidson fighting to get up. We'll see. This gym's going to erupt if he gets to his feet and gets out.
He has a...
He's pulling. He's out. He gets the down. They're going to give him the one. Davidson with the big flex in the middle.
Unbelievable.
Two buddies shaking hands. But Davidson fired this crowd up, and he runs over to his teammates. Great job by Davidson.
All right. Now cuts the lead to Morris Knolls, 13-6.
You know what I love about that? That's one of those matches people will find boring, but the excitement at the end, him breaking out in front of this crowd, it's great.
Who's this for you?
Oh! Looks like he has something here. Might have him locked up if he could push off with his foot. We're going to get the 2 here, and he's getting back points. Coming through. He can sit on it. He might get him here. He's going to be up. Going to get the 2 back points. Josh Levin here leading 4-0. Nice little scramble there. No back points there.
Got 40 seconds left in the first. And it looks like we're going to get... Oh, and I think they're going to get called for full Nelson here.
Okay.
So that's going to be an extra point for 11 and makes it 5-0.
This is one of those toss-up matches we talked about as well.
And Levin already up to 5-0 already.
That was a nice little scramble in the beginning where they were both going for something, and Levin came out the back door and had him in a nice maneuver and almost really had the pin there. He was in bad position to get the pin, so when he released it, he was able to get to his stomach, but Levin's been in charge so far, so this is what Hills needs.
And he's going to get the reversal board, and he's going to cut that to 5-2. So nice job by Board just finishing that period with the reversal.
And I think that's tough for Levin, too, just because of late time points, you know?
Oh, most definitely.
You hate that.
And they're going to choose neutral to go here in the second period. I'm thinking they think that 11 could get another takedown here, and just based off of what we saw before.
Especially that scramble we just saw before.
that was a heck of a scramble.
You know what I love about this, too? This is when you talk about those rivalry matches. I mean, the student section's cheering at each other. These guys know each other. They know what they're doing. You know, the alumni, the kids, everything. This is the atmosphere you want, especially on a Friday night.
Oh,
this is like why you want to get out to see wrestling.
Oh.
This is these atmosphere matches.
Oh, most definitely. It's almost like our Friday Night Lights, like high school football.
That's what I tell people. Exactly what I tell people when they talk about how popular wrestling is in New Jersey. When I explain to people who live out of state, it's our football in Texas.
And Board gonna get the takedown. I knew he was gonna get it eventually if he would have circled up a little bit more. I thought he was gonna get it eventually. Now he gets it.
You almost think Levin's got to get to his feet here or go for a reversal. Looks like he's got the wrist underneath. He's got it across the body, trying to run a bar here.
Yeah, a bar or a farm tilt he was going to try and get here, I think. Now he's got a cloth run in there. He might throw the legs in. Now he's going to lock up a cradle near side.
He's already got, okay.
And going back on top is Board. And let's see if we can get anything from the out-of-bounds line here, but I'm not sure if there is. And nope, there isn't going to be. There's 13 seconds left here in the second period. And like these lighter weights and middle weights, these are like the kind of wrestling I enjoy. Like I like the defensive matches and everything like that too, but these are like more of my up to my speed.
I love that heavyweight stuff. Those big boys just out there fighting. It's like you're not worried about who's the best technical, this and that. It's I'm going to outlast you, boom, and be good to go.
And that's the end of the second period.
Board is going to take down and try to tie this up with an escape. And then we're back to where we started from, tied up. We'll see if Levin's going to try to lock something here if he can. Try to slip that leg in. Levin's so lanky, like he doesn't look like a typical 106. Like he's just so lanky. It's like I couldn't imagine wrestling if I'm that weight, somebody that stretched out, like you where you think they could be. Looks like he's got something here. If he could step over that, he's kind of sitting a little bit on his butt.
I was just gonna say both of these wrestlers are pretty tall for a 106.
Levin's gonna give up the 2 here though. He broke the grip. Tough for him. He's got to get to his feet and make this a tie. Levin was in bad position there. Should have dropped down just a little bit.
I think so. That would have helped his cause out for sure.
The problem was he got his leg caught under him when he went for the cradle, and I think that messed up his leverage for trying to go for that maneuver.
And let's see if he can get the escape here. We're under a minute left. And Board just holding on to that left leg from Levin. And Levin's trying to circle in, but he's just got to think right here that I got to get out from bottom. I can't worry about whether it's going to be reversal or escape. I got to get out somehow.
Yeah, like you're not going to want to try to do anything fancy here. Just get out, get your stuff, and then go from there. You know, I see too many wrestlers who are in that position where they're like, okay, I'm going to go for this now. I'm going to do that. No, just go for what you need to do. Get the 1, tie it up.
That's exactly what he needed.
You know what you mean? Why wait till the end and then hope trying to do a reversal? Even it up now. Now you're both on the same footing. You don't have to worry about him backing up or anything. Go out there, hit your best shot. Or
see if Levin gets
take advantage from here. If he can pull that leg, he steps over. I think he's got it.
Yeah,
I mean, he'd be in position.
He's got to be close to it, and he gets it.
They hit him with the 2.
And let's see if Board, he might come out from the back door to get a reversal.
He's got to readjust if I'm Levin. You got to bring that leg over, throw that leg over, just hold him here in post. Just hold him there in post. Do not let him give this. Lock your hands in there underneath. You got 5 seconds. Lock your legs up in there. Keep him there. You're not going to give it up. And they're not going to give him the 2.
Really?
No.
It should be 8.
It should be 8-6.
If I'm not mistaken, it should be 8-6.
We're going to overtime here. They waved it off.
So first takedown wins here.
Wow, I thought they gave it to him, and then I didn't see them wave it off.
Yeah, I think they discussed it at the end there because I think he saw there was still control there a little bit. So, interesting.
Look at this. Lever looks a little bit fresher just to how he is. But as I say that, board goes. He can sneak around. All he's got to do is get the 2.
All he's got to do is get this takedown here.
Sneak around the back door. He's got him in position.
He does, but
step over. I think he's going to get it. It's close.
Head though, he's got control
close,
of that head. If he can pop his head out, he's good.
It might be a little high there. You got to watch that.
He's got to watch. He's going to stop that for potentially dangerous, but that was definitely near a takedown for sure for Levin.
Well, I'll tell you what. We got one side mad about a non-call at the end of the third. You got another side mad about a non-call in the middle of the overtime. It's a funny situation being a referee.
Yeah.
Everybody asks me, they're like, you want to? Nope.
It's not easy being a ref. Now we should get this.
There he gets the 2.
Board did everything that he could to win this bout, but at the end, Levin's height advantage was able to overcome that.
He's just so long, he barely even have to get off the stripe. He literally just reaches his arm around, he grabs the guy.
And now that cuts the lead 13-9. So this is Brody Frank from Morris Hills. And for Morris Knolls, we've got
Stan Allen, I think I heard.
And we get the takedown there from Brody Frank. He leads this one 2-0. It's going to be stopped there, I think, for potentially dangerous if I saw that in the corner of my eye.
Now this is where we're going to get into when you look at the heart of the order for both these teams. Hills has a slight advantage, if I'm going to be honest here. I think the heavyweight bout, that's going to be a big swing because, you know, you're expecting Young, a county finalist, to kind of come out there. And for him not to, that's a 6-point swing that I think might hurt in the end for Knolls.
It might. I mean, these are like the important bouts that you have to win, but also, too, with that only keeping that Matt Leslie match to a 3-point match, too, also can help, too.
And to keep it Forte at 4. I mean, they're limiting the bonus points you need to do.
They really are, and we have not gotten any pins yet. Knock on wood for both teams, but.
No, we got a pin. We've gotten a pin. Have you not been paying attention, good sir?
I don't know. It's been a long night.
We didn't get a pin at 2:15?
We did get a pin.
Oh, I guess we don't pay attention, sir.
No, we do pay attention.
Oh, it's been a long night. All 5 bouts you've covered today. Got a reversal. Nicer.
A takedown, actually.
Give me escape a takedown.
I corrected you on that one. You corrected me on the pin. I corrected you on the takedown.
Sorry, I got to make sure you're not messing up track here.
Haven't been doing half bad of a job.
Got to get the escape here. Go 3-3 to the second. Unless something crazy happens right here at the end. 1 second left. What's cool about some of these rivalry matches, too, is just the ambiance of the crowd when, you know, close call. 2-2.
Those are always the best, aren't they? And then everybody's arguing. Everyone's arguing. The fans. Everybody's going crazy.
And it's funny, like, you know, I love it because we were talking about the student section and the cheering. I just thought it was hilarious when the student section for Hills was chanting something, and the Knolls team was like pointing. The Knolls student section was pointing at the scoreboard, and I'm like, it's like 4 bouts in. Like, what are you worried about the scoreboard? You know, that's like saying, hey, I'm an Atlanta Falcons fan. I should get a Super Bowl trophy because we were 28-3. No, you got to make sure you win at the end. Who cares what you're doing in the beginning?
Yeah, I see that all over the place all the time. But it's all about how you get the points.
See if Frank can get out here. Allen holding on to that.
He might
leg.
be able to get a revert.
He might right here. He's got it posted. He might get the one. See if he's going to go for the two. Yeah, I think that's what he's going to do.
Yeah, because he's already got near.
He's going to get the one. He might go get one and two here if he could spin around.
I think that's a good call there because he is facing him. I wasn't able to finish that near side cradle.
I don't know if I was Frank, I don't know if I would have let him up there. I would have put a little more weight on him and then tried to spin around because if you look, Allen looks a little winded.
Just a little bit. I think he was kind of caught off guard there a little bit with after getting him getting that takedown, then the escape at the end of the first period.
Brody Frank trying to control the head there. Oh, right on the edge. If he had tried that about another 6-7 inches in, I think he would have gotten that.
So they'll go back to the.
Got to be neutral here. Yeah, neutral. I was going to say,
Yep.
I saw Frank. It's like, you got out. It's like, did nobody tell you?
So we're about to approach the 30-second mark here in the second period. And Allen getting a nice shot and a nice duck under for
That was
Sam
a beautiful
Allen.
duck under. Then we'll see if Frank can get out here.
We'll see if he does because he's been able to get out pretty well. And he's going to get the escape point. We'll tie this one up at 5.
It'd be interesting to see if Frank's aggressive here or tries to do something with a takedown because he has been able to take him down, back and forth pretty aggressive. So this is one of those matches where nobody's been able to get anything. Both have been able to work for a shot.
Oh, most definitely. Here we go. We're going into the third period.
Allen's going to take down, obviously.
Here we go. The last period. The bout's all tied up at 5. Are we going to get another overtime? Or are we going to get a victory in the regulation? That will all come in the final 2 minutes of the third period as Frank riding on the side of Allen. Now he's working from the top again. Just got to watch himself here that Allen does not try to get any kind of rollovers, scrambies, Petersons, because he has been trying to attempt to roll out of it, but the momentum of Frank's body from the top is just preventing him from doing that.
Frank's doing a great job here. I mean, he's trying to work something. He's going over the wrist and trying to get some sort of roll. He's a little high. I mean, he's got to watch, too. He might get a warning here because I could see. And I almost wondered if you kind of let him out at that point.
Yeah.
Because he's going to get out, so why stop? You might as well just let him out, go for your two,
And that's exactly it there.
Now, of course, you can't give up a takedown after that.
No, because then that's going to dig yourself in a deeper hole, and then you're going to have to work your way up again. So it's only a 1-point match here, so a takedown here could win it for them.
See, what I would do is I'm Brody Frank here. I lock up, but I kind of push him towards the edge. Back him up. Get the stolen warning, make him be a little more aggressive. Let him see if he can get in there on that leg, but spin around. That's the worst thing that could have happened if you're Brody Frank right now. If you're Brody Frank, you got to get to your feet and try to get this to overtime ASAP.
Yeah, and I think he's just thinking now, well, if I'm going to lose here, I'm just not going to get myself pinned. Because I think in the final 15 seconds, I think he realizes that, giving up that takedown kind of ruins the momentum for him. And Sam Allen from Morris Knolls is your winner at 113 pounds. Now we'll go on to the 120-pound bout. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe Jaden Barreto will go out at 120.
I wouldn't be shocked. I'm going to tell you right now.
So I got another call right tonight with Jaden Barretto coming out at 120.
Well, that was a shocker. It's almost like saying, hey, you wonder if they're going to send Matt Leslie out.
Well, that one was kind of that one was kind of.
Are they going to send Charles Young out for heavyweight? I mean, so that was a couple years ago. But yeah, Barretto. If they get I'll tell you what. If they get the 6 here, I think that's a big win for Hills because it puts them right there. And then I think it's pretty even coming forward. I think, obviously who you have Delamanchi, you have other guys, but you see who you have for Hills as well.
Yeah, I mean that's what's really going to come down to. So. Getting a pin here for Morris Hills is going to be big. And it's just the aggressiveness from Barretto is just unbelievable. It's been nice.
Now, we talked about, obviously, before with Charles Young and, him making the finals, this and that, and how they did that. Barretto's been using that, as a great launching pad for, what we've seen. So, I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if he's out here trying to pin in front of his home gym.
Oh, most definitely. He knows it.
And I know it's tough.
Hey, listen, I did. The right word didn't come out of my mouth. I knew exactly what it was. I've wrestled before, so I know. I know a takedown, I know escape, I know back points.
So, when somebody gets stabbed, do you say, hey, I saw that guy get shot?
That's a big difference maker there. That changes the whole atmosphere of the story.
Same with an escape and a reversal.
It does, but the right words.
But we might speak. I don't think there might be any escape from this. Barretto's a little high.
I don't.
And as I spoke, that's why I'm a reporter, not a cop.
He's going to get at least 2 back points out of that one.
I think he was a little high there too.
He's going to get at least 3 back points here if he doesn't stick them. He's pretty close to it. Just needs to put a little bit more pressure on that left shoulder blade. If he could do that, this will be over. Chris Rebels looking in on. So, yep, that's going to be. So they're going to make this one 11-0. We're going to get a little bit of injury time there, as coaches and wrestlers getting back over on the side here, trying to talk to the wrestlers to see what they need to do in this given situation. It's a 16-9 dual meet right now. And now they're going to go cut injury time and go right to blood time.
We're gonna go right to our social media time. Oh, they killed me. They came back early. We'll get to it, fans. I know you want to see the social media stuff.
Oh yeah, I know. I definitely do. We got 10 seconds left here in the second. And both wrestlers looking at the clock here. He's content to take this one into the third. There's an 11-3 lead here for Jaden Barretto. And he's going to choose top here to start the third period.
Wi-Fi a little slow here today, so we apologize for some of the drop rates.
A nice mat return there. And that's going to turn into a reversal for Barretto. Make it 13-0. Obviously, he wants to get the pin here, but even a tech fall would be something big for Morris Hills here if they can get it.
I think he's working for the pin. I mean,
like I said before, that's definitely something he would want.
He's out, gets his leg out from under him, and flattens out. He's right there. I mean, he's right there. What he should do is he should put his legs out instead of pressuring it.
He needs to sit on. He needs to sit
there
on.
He goes.
And he gets the pin for Jaden Barretto. Now that cuts the lead for Morris Knolls, 16-15.
We're heading here to the 126, a 1-point lead for Knolls.
And Frick's getting in. He tried to get in on a takedown, and he got it. He got to finish it. Nice job by Fricks. He leads this one 2-0.
Now it's going to get, tight with everything. You obviously, you want to try something. I think it's going to tighten up the wrestling we see. Because as you see, Acevedo right there, I mean, he's going to get the one. It looks to me like he's out.
Yeah. Yeah, he's going to give him the escape point there. It's going to make it 2-1. Almost had the reversal, but quickly was able to face him, and that was able to get the escape point.
Do you know what I think, too? And you know this as a former wrestler. That's Matt's smartness because of where you're looking at. Because you realize, yeah, you could try to go for the 2, but you're right there on the edge line. If you go, would you rather have the 1 and not the 2? I mean, it's like a bird in a hand. You'd rather know. So get the 1, because if you try to go for 2 and you don't get it, now you're starting on the bottom. Now you got to rework everything there.
Yeah, you gotta know mat awareness, and that was something that was very smart there for both wrestlers, especially in Frick's case, because he could have just as easily given out that reversal.
And now he's in here on a single, trying to pull it in, but.
About 15 seconds left to go.
Acevedo obviously is trying to stay on top here.
And that's going to be the end of the first period.
Great first period here as we're live in Rockaway, New Jersey at Morris Hills High School as we present Garden State HRSWrestling.com. Champion athletes, Harrington Companies and Bell Estates, the Morris Knolls Golden Eagles facing off against the Morris Hills Scarlet Knights here. 126. We started at 165. 16-15, Morris Knolls leads.
And Fricks wanted to try to run the arm bar, but instead it's going to be an Acevedo escape, and he's going to extend his lead to 4-2. And a stolen.
And they're going to hit. Wow, they're going to hit stolen on him as well. I mean, that was a little. I'm not going to question because he couldn't get his feet down in as he had him up in the air. I know all the kids are calling for 2, but I don't think that's how it works.
No, you got to have at least feet in bounds in order for it to count. And Frick's going to go spin behind, and he's going to get a takedown of his own, and he ties the bout at 4.
Frick's was gonna let him out. Tries to go in for a cradle here.
Oh, this could be something big here.
It looks like he's got Acevedo locked.
He's gonna get.
I don't know if they're gonna give him backs. I don't think he was.
No back points there. I think would have been a little bit quick there for back points, but.
Now this is what's interesting too. I don't understand. That's what Acevedo. I was surprised he didn't do. Was when Frick released the cradle and had the other arm up. I didn't know why he didn't belly out, so that way he wasn't in an issue where Frick could then reload if he wanted to go back for that.
And that would have been something that he probably will look at the film later and say, I should have done that.
I mean, that's what you want to do. You don't want to give your opponent a chance to recover and come back with something else. You want to put yourself in the best position to defend what you need to do.
And he'll get some back points here. I think he should get at least 2. And
They're going to give him 2.
I see referee Barry Jackson holding 2. Gonna try and to 4.
That's some sideline reporting.
And we'll see if that really pays off for them to take top here. As he has a 3-point advantage here. He's just working to the side here. He just has to be careful where he is on the mat. And I think he's been doing a pretty good job of that tonight for what we've seen. And just holding onto that leg there is Acevedo trying to
give him the bump.
Yeah, now they'll give him some time to reset and see what he can do as we have 1:07 left here in the third. And he brings back Acevedo down to the mat with a tight waist there. Now he's trying to control that elbow. He's just sitting to the side there. He's just got to be careful of where he is on the mat. Try to claw there a little bit. Now another tight waist there. Now he has control of that arm, so we'll see if he can do anything with it here. But I think he's just trying to be careful here of where he is on the mat and where he is on top, because he doesn't want to give up anything too crazy. Got under 30 seconds left in the bout. And Acevedo has control of that arm. He's trying to drive it from the other side of him there. So
he's going to get the one here.
He's going to definitely get at least one. That should be an escape. So he's going to
now it's try to throw him to his back. He's got to go if he wants to do something.
We'll see if he can.
If he can spin around here, he's going to take it.
He needs to spin around.
He's got to go quick.
Oh.
They didn't give him a chance.
So Elijah Fix of Morris Knolls is going to be your 7-5 winner here. And that's going to extend the Morris Knolls lead to 19-15. With 5 bouts to go.
It's going to be a close one.
Just like we predicted. And here we are, back to the action. Out of bounds.
Eamon Kinney versus Alexander Casarubias.
Let's see if Kinney can finish this takedown near it. Just has to roll aside, and he's going to get the takedown. Leads this one 2-0. And trying to switch it here is Casarubias, and he's going to get the escape.
Going to come in a little aggressive. I guess he maybe got poked. Little gear.
Yeah, I think he just wanted to try to.
Well, sure. It looked like it was headgear. I think his headgear might have come down over his mouth, maybe.
That usually happens from time to time. And nice takedown there again from Kinney. He extends it 4-1. And trying to lock up almost a cradle kind of in a position for that. Now just got to watch himself where he is on the mat, because Casarubias is going to want to try to get the reversal. And he's throwing in that crossface there so that way he can prevent from anything crazy happening. A claw there yet again from Kinney. And Casarubias is going to get the escape, cut it to 4-2. Now both wrestlers are just feeling each other out. A little penetration steps there, stutter steps there for Kinney a little bit. He wanted to try to get Casarubias to make a mistake. And Kinney going to get the takedown here. He extends it 6-2 with 5 seconds to go in the first period. It's going to be Kinney's choice. He's going to try and take bottom. And Casarubias is going to go ahead on top yet again. And there we go. Casarubias quick on the first move he wanted to do. And we'll see if he lifts him back down to the mat. Nice mat return there from Casarubias.
He's staying in this. I mean, he's been getting taken down, but he's battling here.
I mean, just after watching that mat return there from him was just, he's showing that he does not want to give up.
Could give him the reversal there.
We'll make it 8-2. Kinney. We're coming down, after this bout here, we're going to have 4 more bouts left. It's coming down to the wire here, and it's a winner-take-all match at this point here. So bonus points, anything's going to be possible, and Kenny could get a pin.
I think he's stuck.
He could get the pin, and he gets it. We got 4 more bouts left to go. And that extends the lead for Morris Knolls, 25-15, with 4 bouts to go.
Getting both the names who's competing here. Brandon Caro for Morris Hills. Ryan Perno for Morris Knolls. Hills is going to need something big here with some points.
They definitely need something here. They're already down 10, already approaching the end of the match here. So what are they going to do now? Obviously get wins in any kind of way.
It's going to be interesting to see because I feel like looking at their lineup, I might be wrong here, but is Piazza not still available?
He might have dropped down to 150 because the match started at 157.
So if Piazza's
165. So
if Piazza's still available in that range, you figure he's going to go try to neutralize Delmonique. So we'll see how that works. But, I mean, they still got some quality kids, but I know you got some quality kids still left for North. So Hills is going to have to make it up in some of these toss-up bouts.
They will. And almost a takedown there from Perno, but they waved that one off, so we're back on our feet. Both wrestlers are going to go out of bounds. And we'll get the setter right center of the map. And Caro trying to get in on a shot. He has a single leg there, but he's not going to have enough room as he goes out of bounds. And just some head taps there from Caro. And Perna on there on a shot. Trying to see, we'll see if he can try and finish this one. But nicely sprawled out by Caro. Oh, that's always important there. If you have the shoelaces on the mat, they say that's just very good because they'll just make it tougher and a tougher sprawl for Perna to get a takedown out of that.
That's very insightful by you, James Clark.
It is. That's what my wrestling coach told me. Always put the shoelaces on the mat. Caro there on a shot. He'll finish this one. He's going to lead this one 2-0 with 10 seconds to go in the first period. And that's going to be the end of one period. And Caro's going to choose defense to start the second period.
Hopefully we have some of the Wi-Fi issues. I guess the guest network I was told that we'd be on by ourselves apparently is no longer the case. But
and Perna on there trying to hold off for dear life on that leg. And Caro should get the escape. Barry Jackson's going to give him the escape. It'll make it should be 3-0, and they do put it on the board.
And they give him the 2. I thought he was kind of right there, so he did the smart thing instead of just spinning right around.
Yeah, I think that was smart. I think it was very smart by Caro.
You need the bonus points. I mean,
you do. You're already down by 10.
Oh, he's going to get rolled. Gets the pin.
He gets
Talk
it.
about that.
Unbelievable.
Wow. That's what Hills needed. You wanted to get something, but that's 6 points right there. That is insane for Hills.
And that was like what looked like it was going to be a toss-up bout ended up getting a pin. That's something that Morris Hills definitely needed.
Now we head to 144, 3 bouts left. It's going to be a big bout, I'll tell you right now. If Hills can pull this off with any type of bonus points and have it tied, it's going to be exciting matches the last 2 bouts.
Oh, most definitely. Now, are they in a position to have this match all tied up and everything to go into criteria? I would think so.
You pin 4 here, and then you know whatever happens after that, that's what happens, you know?
And Chivas right on a takedown there. He leads it 2-0. That's something he definitely needed for his team. He's going to try and run a half there. With Recto knowing what's at stake here, knowing the situation, he knows he can afford to lose, but he just cannot get pinned, because then that's going to shift all the momentum over to Morris Knolls. As he tries a claw there for Chivas. And locking up a cradle. Oh, slipped out of that cradle. Nicely done there by Recto. It looked like he was going to get locked up for a cradle. Was able to slip out of it. Now we're getting into a scramble position. And Recto
might come out of the 2 with this.
Yeah, he's coming out the back door. He wants to get the reversal.
Got to clear that. Gets the 2.
It.
I think he was looking for a little more there, because the way he was setting up, he was trying to push in, see if he can get him to roll, you know, get some extra back points out of that.
He probably could have if he would have had a little bit more control. Now he's trying to break down that ankle for Recto. I'll try to get a split here. We'll see if he can get the mat return. There we go. That's it. With 1 period, we're tied up at 2.
Chivas is going to take down,
which is something that they definitely need for sure to get any points. The easiest way to get out is from bottom.
You know, I'm looking over, and I might be wrong here. I'm looking over at the side there, and let's see, he's just taking his time warming up. I don't think Piazza's coming out tonight. I mean, he might be, but I mean, he's over there in a shirt and everything. Unless he pulls off that shirt here in the next second, I'm not 100% sure.
See, I think that's also the case. They like to try to confuse you a little bit, so that way the momentum.
I don't know. Now I think I'm wrong. He's kind of jogging a little bit, so now I kind of thought maybe he was in that mode, like, you know, a pitcher when you take him out of a big game, like, okay, I'm done. No, that's my mistake. He's in that mode. He's coming out.
And Chivas, he's going to get the reversal. And he's going to get back points.
Locked up. Recto's trying to fight so he can pin.
He's got it.
He's going to get the pin.
Nicely done by Luke Chivas of Morris Knolls to extend the lead 31-21 with 2 bouts to go.
Be interesting to see who they send out here. Now this is going to be tough. I'm going to be honest here with how it goes. I think that match, that pin, might have clinched it for Knolls. Just because you're 2 bouts left. You got Dominic Delmonte, who, you know, was a county finalist. It's going to be tough. You're going to need at least a major decision. So even if you beat him, you got to beat him with something. And I'm not sure that's something that, you know, you can get here.
Yeah, you got to get that bonus point. And knowing Dominic and what we saw from him from the MCT, he's a tough wrestler in his own right. So that's going to be hard to major him here. So we'll see what happens. You never know. And
he gets the 2, as we say that.
Yep, he's going to get the takedown here. He leads it 2-0. And right in from the side there is Dom. As he has control of that wrist there. We'll see what he can do for it. He's going to try and get a tilt on Bode. He's going to get 1, 2, 3. He should get at least 2 back points as they go out of bounds, and that's going to be 2 back points for Dom. 58 seconds left to go in the first. Reset here. Bode going back down. Flat on the belly, and now Dominic will see what he can try and do. And now trying to work from the side there. He wants to try to get a near side cradle. They're going to go out of bounds. We got 35 seconds left here to go in the first. And both wrestlers are going to reset. And that's going to be a caution on Bode. Just getting a little happy there. Now both wrestlers get set. We got 30 seconds to go in the first. As we might see, we'll see what happens next. We got Dominic who leads this one 4-0. And like we said, this is going to be a tough one for Bode to try to get the extra bonus point here, unless he can turn around and get a huge upset pin. But Dominic is, on paper is the heavy favorite.
Yeah, I mean, that was the thing that they were expecting when they came in, and what they could do. So, I mean, that's something right there,
Definitely. And both wrestlers are going to get set up here. And now Dominic was called for a stall warning from top. As the closing seconds of the first period are going to close on us. And we got a 4-0 lead here for Dominic. And Bode is going to take defense there. A little surprised by that.
No, you want to get some sort of points. We talk about that all here. You see if you can get something. See if you can fight to your feet, which he does. Gets the 1 point.
I just thought they were going to try something from top and see what he could do from top or neutral.
Yeah, I mean, you get the third period for that if you really want to go crazy with anything.
As Bode is, getting a little head taps here. He wants Dom to make some kind of mistake. And Dominic just not letting go of anything here. Shot attempt there from Bode. Dom nicely defending. Now he tried to get a shot of his own, but neither one was able to get it. We go to the edge of the mat there. With
Looks like Delamonica was going for a throw by there.
Almost.
He
would have, if he had a couple more inches inside of the mat there, he probably would have.
That's why they went out. He went for a throw by. It was almost like Olay, and he, it was all of a sudden he just was too far away.
We're approaching the minute here in the second period. As both wrestlers head tap there from Dom. They're just feeling each other out from Bode. Almost a shot attempt there. Now he was able to counter that from Dom, and now we'll see if he can try and finish it, and he does. Nicely done there as he leads this one 6-1. And both wrestlers are going to go out of bounds. 30 seconds left to go. As both wrestlers are going to get set here. Now let's see what Bode can do here as we approach the end of the second period almost. We got 20 seconds left here.
This is going to obviously shake up the county rankings on Gardas8HSWrestling.com. Right now, heading into this, I have Morris Hills is number 6. Knolls is 8. So Knolls is going to jump up. They'll most likely be 6. And then Hills will be 7. So, I mean, very competitive match with these two.
It's been a fun match tonight, and Dom is going to choose neutral to go into the third period. He wants to definitely put an exclamation point on his team victory here if he can finish up here in the last 2 minutes. Now, Bode not wanting to make any kind of too much mistakes there. He's given up already some takedowns tonight. And Dom getting in there. Going to try and finish this one if he can, but he's got to pull out of bounds, pull in bounds, but he's not going to get there.
Really close. And great job by there, if you see, with Dom trying to get that toe tap in. It was almost like he was playing receiver in the NFL, getting the toe tap to get those 2 points.
That's like crucial right there if you can get that. And my question is really, as far as like this match goes, if Morris Knolls can win this bout here, does Morris Hills, if they show up, do they forfeit the last match, or Morris Knolls forfeit the last match here?
I don't think so. I think this, I don't know. Do I see anybody warming up? I don't really see anybody warming up for Knolls unless I'm just not seeing it. Maybe they do. They just say, you know what, we're done.
I know I know obviously Hills is definitely warming up over there. They got one more wrestler over there.
They'll
throw him out for sure.
Yeah.
Just for, them to match on a good night.
I have a feeling they're going to forfeit to Piazza. I think that's, you're looking at this most likely, if its score stands how it is, you're looking at a, 34-27 final.
Definitely. And it would be a nice win for Morris Knolls, for sure. And I think they can definitely do it here. They can close it out here. They can get this shot in, and I think he's going to be able to finish this single leg here, and he'll finish the takedown. He'll lead this one 8-1.
We're also going to have Knolls, who has to be one of the favorites in Group 4, but in their section. But they're going to wind up most likely meeting a tough Mount Olive team.
Oh yeah, and if you have to go to Mount Olive, you're going to expect a really, really tough match there with the crowd and
the reigning Group 4 champions too.
Yeah,
and they met each other last year, and they met, and everything. So I think that it looks like they're sending somebody. So I might have been wrong. I didn't see him back there, but they're going to send somebody.
And Chris Piazza is going to be sent out here for Hills. And the final bout of the evening here at 157 pounds. Chris Piazza, really, really tall, lanky wrestler here for a 157-pounder. And I'm sure he definitely, I know his team already lost here, but he'll definitely want to try to end this one in a win for himself and just, obviously end this night on a good note for sure. With a little bit of wrist control. And Casello getting in there on a shot. But Piazza going to circle behind that. And
they wave it off.
They were almost giving him a takedown, but waved it off. And now he gets the takedown. And he's going to lead this one 2-0. We'll see if he tries to pull him back in bounds. He'll get some back points for sure. He could get the pin.
He might. He's close in there.
Well,
great recovery there by Tommy.
Yeah, almost looked very close there for a pin, but obviously it didn't work out in his favor, so he's just going to get 3 back points out of it. He'll lead this one 5-0.
So Morris Hills, if everybody's wondering where they're going to be heading next week, on Monday they're going to be the 3 seed in North 2 Group 3. They're going to head to Warren Hills, and they'll face West Essex in the first round, and if they advance, they get the winner of Warren Hills versus Beckton later that night. When you look at Morris Knolls, they are heading to Ridgewood. They're going to be facing Bogota. They're the 3 seed. Bogota's a 6 seed. and they'll face the winner of Ridgewood versus Randolph. I think they're going to come out of there, and they just got Mount Olive waiting for them on the other side, who Mount Olive was a little down this year, but not out by any means. So that's going to be a really good matchup.
Yeah, Mount Olive is definitely going to be favored, probably in that section final. Not sure. We'll see if they can repeat in Group 4. I think they'll definitely give some teams a run for their money for sure.
I think what's interesting about this year too with Group 4, it's going to be a surprise for some. I mean, some of the section tournaments and groups, who's going to win. Like you look at other ones, like a Group 5, we pretty much know who's going to win.
Southern.
A Group 3 is most likely going to be Delsey. A Group 2, I'm assuming will be Del Val. Along those lines. You see those.
Yeah, no, Del Val is at Group 1, so they'll definitely be a heavy favorite to win Group 1.
And then I honestly, Group 2's open. I've seen a lot of people say High Point they think could have it, and I don't know. Raritan's been doing really well, so we'll see.
I think it could be Raritan. I think Hanover Park could possibly in that mix too.
I like Hanover Park, but we'll see. I don't know. They got some really good youngsters, especially the 3 champions they had at the MCT. We'll see. I'm not sure. When you get into those tournaments, it's so much about those depth guys, and I'm not sure. I'd love for them. I'm an East Hanover guy, so I'd have no problem with that. It's just you never know.
But Raritan does look good this year for sure. They got to be at least in the top 20 this year. They put up a good match when we covered them at Warren Hills.
They're on the edge. They're on the cusp. I know that's they've had some questionable losses, but
And how about Seton Hall beating St. John Vianney last night? That was something. Beat them on criteria.
I mean, there's been a few matches that you kind of look and you're like, oh, how did that happen? So, it's interesting this year.
It's been an interesting year of wrestling. It's good to actually get back into the sport of wrestling and seeing like big crowds and everything. So,
and that's why you never know who's going to be out there on the mat. You know what I mean? Del Val, we were just talking about them, went on a little bit of a stumble, but big win over P-Berg, the first time in years. I want to say it's 2006, if I remember correctly, somebody saying. Big win by them, but looks like it's going to be a big win here by Piazza.
I think he should get him in this pin. He does. He gets it. Nice job there for Chris Piazza.
And great sportsmanship helping him up.
For sure. I know his team lost and everything like that, but he's taking
They're
it
all
well,
friends.
so.
They're all friends with this. But, the one thing, you want to be my friend? You want to be a friend with Donald Brower? Check out the social media. On Garden State, HSWrestling.com on Facebook. On Twitter at Garden State HSW. On Instagram at Garden State HS Wrestling. On YouTube. You see the little thing right there? Like and subscribe. You see it? Click it. You'll get every notification when we have a live event, when we have any content coming up, when we're doing this, when we have our podcast and everything. So check us out, GardenStateHSWrestling.com. You'll follow us for all your wrestling needs. Remember, what started out as a hobby has turned into a career. And it's nothing we like more than covering wrestling. So next year, if you guys want to do some some coverage with us next year, sign admin at GardenStateHSWrestling.com. We are here, or we're not here. We were here in the room. We were with everything. I guess everybody hitting my computer as they walk by and knocking everything around. That might have been the fun part. So we were going to do a post-match wrap-up, but we can't. So I apologize for the delay, but I would like to thank James Clark. I would like to thank Jared Clemens, and I'd like to thank everyone who was there for us to watch this today. So for James Clark, I'm Donald J. Brower as they present the trophy to Morris Knolls for the Inter Battle Championship. I'm Donald J. Brower. We'll see you next week